It's a thrill to be here for sure, and this place brings back a lot of good memories, obviously from a couple of years ago. But being able to wake up this morning on the right side of the result is really satisfying, and most importantly, I'm really happy for these guys because they've put in the work all year and they've shown a lot of grit and resilience. The kind of effort you saw last night is pretty emblematic of what they've done all year. So I'm really happy for the team and thrilled to be able to keep going with this group.
We'll open up the questions now.
Hey, Coach. Alex Gruskin. Apologies for no video. Congratulations on the victory. I made a comment to you after the match. That was your team's 10th 4-3 result, and I think you are 9-1 in those 10 4-3 matches. Can you speak to the resilience of your team and what it says about them that they're continued to be able to come through in those moments?
Yeah, at some point after this season, I'm going to have to sit down and figure out what the secret was. And I've been doing this for close to 30 years, and I don't think I've ever seen this kind of consistent resilience and clutch performances time after time. So I don't know if it's luck or just good fortune, but really what I think it is we've got a close group of guys that really enjoy playing with each other, for each other, get along very well off the court, and they've shown a commitment to not only work on their tennis games, but also to work on the mental aspect of their games and some of the subtleties that come with playing a team match. So it's been really satisfying as a coach to see, and it's certainly a lot of fun and makes for some good highlight videos at the end of the year.
And if I may sneak in just one more too, Coach, you guys were the only team, I believe, thus far in the NCAA tournament to bounce back from dropping the doubles point. Now, I'm sure that doubles point is going to be something you focus on over the next 2 days, but again, is it a thing where your team, your guys, they've just seen every scenario at this point this year?
I think so. We've done pretty well in doubles this year. I think especially for a young team. So we've won our fair share of doubles points against top teams, but we've also lost some, and we've shown the ability throughout the year to come back and win some of those matches against good teams. So the nice thing is that when we get into that situation, I can refer back to those where we've come through before and let them know that it's not a reason to panic. I always have the approach that we want to play the doubles point like it's the most important thing in the world, and then when it's done, win or lose, we try to act like it's pretty insignificant because it's only 1 out of 7 points. But yeah, for sure we want to try to perform at our best in doubles and get that point. But the nice thing is we know we have a lot of guys that can come through and rebound and show resilience and grit and still find a way to get it done, even if we lose the doubles point.
Absolutely, and I apologize to everyone else. Just one question for Eliot. You were down 3-1 in your third set yesterday, and looking at your face, looking at your attitude, there was no wavering, there was no hesitancy. I'm curious for you in that scenario. You seem to turn to your bench repeatedly. How important is it to have them on the sideline, and ultimately, what got you through that third set?
Yeah, it's huge to have the guys supporting me. I thank our assistant coach Brandon and Austin, our volunteer, because they helped change my mindset. I think there was a stretch of 10 or 11 games where he had won 10, I had won 1, and I think I just needed to change momentum a little bit, get myself a little bit more amped up, and I seemed to do that, rattled off a few games, and then kind of rode that momentum through the end of the match. So it was really nice to have them on the bench next to me, and also the guys. It was really exciting having them pump me up, and I couldn't be happier they were there.
Well, congratulations to you both. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
We'll go to Bob and then Terry.
Yeah, Coach, Bob Ballou, CBS Austin. Congrats on the win yesterday. I'm curious if you could take us through the emotion of going down 3-2, Eliot down 3-0, and Evan up 5-1, probably feeling a little comfortable there, and then everything just kind of flips all at once. Can you just take us through the emotion of the match?
Yeah, I was trying not to get too caught up on that. At times the scoreboard wasn't working properly, and so I was in the beginning. I like to be aware of everything that's going on in the match, and at some point pretty early on, I tried to give up on that and just focus on trying to help Evan and Chi-Chi, and that kind of helps me just like I said to the guys, keep the eyes on what's at hand and what you can actually control. But there's no doubt when you're down to 2 matches, I was aware what was going on in Eliot's court, and I was very aware what was going on in Evan's court. And honestly, what Evan did, kind of missing some opportunities there, up 5-1, not being able to close it out, and having the guy come back to 5-all, and he's probably becoming pretty acutely aware that the match could come down to him. Usually when you lose a big lead like that in a high-pressure situation, it's often the case that it doesn't go your way. So for him to regroup at 5-all after some of those things that went against him and win 8 points in a row to go up 6-5, love 40, it was a pretty special turnaround for him, and especially for a guy playing college tennis in his first season, because last year, he played 2 or 3 matches the whole year. That was a pretty impressive effort for Evan, and he's come through several times this year. He's clinched matches against Oklahoma State, against Texas A&M, and now yesterday. So it was pretty impressive for him. And yeah, I was aware of what was going on with Eliot down there, and really, it never even occurred to me that we were going to be in position to possibly win the match until Eliot broke back to get back to 2-3 and back on serve in the third, when Evan had a big lead. And at that point, I kind of saw a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel and saw an avenue for victory. And then I tried to do my part to help Evan through that.
And just along the same lines, Eliot, how much do you avoid scoreboard watching? How much do you feel the emotion of the swings as you're all kind of, obviously in the same spot? And how much do you actually feel that when you're in your match, and how much can you focus singularly on what you're doing?
Yeah, normally I feel like I do watch the scoreboard quite a bit, but yesterday being on the end and having some of the scoreboards not working and having it far away, I really wasn't too focused on the score. I did look up once and I saw we were down 3-0, and I had no idea if we were about to lose, if we had guys that were closing matches out. I was just trying to focus on my match, trying to turn it around in that third set. But I did realize, I thought Evan had won the match, and then he got overruled, so I did feel that swing of emotion right at the end there. So I did think I was serving 3-all, serving 40 love to clinch the match, and then he got overruled. So it was quite a swing of emotions. But yeah, I tried to just focus on my match, get the job done, just try to help the team with getting the win there.
Very good. Coach, this is Terry Middleton with Orange Illustrated. Coach, congratulations. So, of all the teams you've ever coached, have you ever seen one with this dynamic, this ability to fight back? And also, does this show just how great, even greater than that they are? It's almost as if, if they went out and just won, yeah, they would be awesome and ranked number 1 and they're ranked 2, but, because they have to come back, it's almost like in those moments where you have to fight, their bar is way up here. Now it's even way up here. Can you comment on that and just what's your take on it? It's amazing to watch.
Yeah, I have been doing this for a long time here at Texas and some other schools as well. So I have been seeing some pretty special comebacks and efforts over the years, but never have I seen a season for one of the teams I've coached or any other team where it's happened so many times. So many close matches, and we're beating the odds, where it's coming out in our favor. So I think there's got to be something special about this group, and some of it is a little bit of a snowball effect too. I think when you have 1 or 2 that go your way, then you start to believe a little bit more, and when you have a couple that don't go your way, it can work the other way. I have been part of those teams as well, where it was uncanny how many times we lost close matches, but to come out on top like this so many times is pretty cool, and we've had so many different guys clinch, which is neat. I think every guy in our lineup has clinched a 4-3 match, so it's been pretty cool to see. And it started at the beginning of the year, honestly, when we played. Our first big one this year was when we beat Florida at home in the ITA kickoff to get to the national indoors, and this guy over here clinched that one too against a really good player. So yeah, I haven't seen anything quite like this, and it's been a lot of fun. It gave me a few more gray hairs, but it's been a lot of fun, and hopefully we can ride it out as long as we can.
That's fantastic. Well, Elodie, I have a question for you. What is it like to be at the NCAA Finals and represent the University of Texas amongst all the other schools? What's that like?
Yeah, it's a dream come true. I knew I wanted to play college tennis when I was growing up, and I'm just so happy to represent a university like Texas and to play for a coach like Bruce. It's really an honor, so I couldn't be happier that we're in the quarterfinals here, and yeah, we're just looking forward to the next match, but really excited and and grateful to be a part of this institution.
Thank you.
Any more questions for Coach and Eliot?
Eliot, this is Chip Brown. The mindset of the team now, I mean, is after a near-death experience like this, do you feel like the team's mental makeup is, hey, we've got new life here? How do you approach it going forward as a team?
Yeah, maybe. I think, honestly, we're probably not going to change much as a team. I do feel like maybe we have less to lose because we were so close to getting knocked out of the tournament. But, yeah, we're definitely going to try to play with no fear because we were so close to being out. But we've tried to keep the same mindset for every match this year, and Coach has sort of instilled that in us, and I think that's been a huge part of our success. So we want to treat this next match just like we've treated the last, few and throughout the year. So maybe a little bit less pressure because we were so close, but I feel like the team's kind of locked in, and we're just going to keep that same mindset that we have in every match, and that'll keep the same sort of energy that we've created as a team and trust, and give us the best result or best chance of winning Thursday, sorry.
And Bruce, scouting report for Thursday?
Well, we know they're a really good team. We've played them, pretty much each of the last few years. We played them once earlier in the year at the National Indoors. We know that they were dealing with a lot of injuries throughout the year, and now they're much more healthy. So we're expecting a really tough team. They're good at the top, they're good at the bottom, they're good in doubles, and they're good everywhere. There's no doubt. So, and obviously the program's had a tremendous amount of success over many years. So, we know we've got our hands full, but I think our guys have developed some confidence that they can beat some of the top teams. We have beaten 3 of the 4 teams that have been ranked #1 in the country this year, so USC included. But at the same time, I'm sure they're going to be itching to get some revenge, so it's going to be an exciting match.
Thanks.
We'll go to Colette now. Colette, you're still muted.
Hi, Eliot.
Hey, Colette.
Good to see you again. I was wondering, when you decided to go to Texas as a very good junior, you probably were not quite sure where you fit in a lineup. Now you're playing #1 for them. Does that surprise you at all?
I wouldn't say it surprises me. I've worked really hard. I didn't honestly know where I was going to fit in the lineup this year. For me, it was just anywhere I fit in and can produce for the team is where I'll be, and I'll be happy with that. So I kind of let that take care of itself. I focus on what I can and let Coach make those decisions. But I'm happy to be playing 1, but it really doesn't change a thing if you're playing 1 or 6 or on the bench. It's just I'm trying to do the best I can for the team and whatever way possible. So yes, it's an honor to be playing 1, but I don't think it's I wouldn't really say it's any different from playing 6. I've just been focused on myself, and I've ended up here, so I'm just going to keep going.
Excuse me, I wonder if you could discuss just the difference in playing junior tennis and then getting to college tennis. Obviously, the team part of it, as you just said, playing 1 through 6, it doesn't really matter. Just what do you think about the level itself, the quality of tennis from juniors to college?
Yeah, well, first off, it's really fun playing for a team. I played a lot of team sports when I was young, and I definitely think it's more fun than junior tennis for me right now. I'm so excited to be part of this group of guys. But the level is really high in college tennis. As we've seen in recent years, there's been a lot of guys that have done well and transitioned well to the Pro Tour. I think it's a great stepping stone for top juniors to get some more experience in these big moments, be a part of a team, get some great coaching, and be a part of a prestigious institution. So, yeah, I think the level is getting better and better every year, and yeah, it's been great since I've been here. So, happy about it.
Thank you, good luck.
Thank you.
All right, any more questions? We got time for one more for Coach and Eliot.
Eliot, Chip Brown again. Your thoughts on playing USC again after beating them at the national indoors?
Yeah, well, like Coach said, I think they're a little bit healthier now. It's obviously going to be a really tough match. They're capable of beating anyone, as we are too. So I think it's just going to come down to who's better on the day and who wants it more. So I know a few of the guys on the team pretty well, so they're some of my close friends, and yeah, we're really excited. I think there's a good energy surrounding our team right now, so it's going to be a fun one for sure.
All right, Terry, did you have one last question?
I do have one last question. So how do you guys prepare for USC? Do you get to watch film? If you know you're playing a particular player, do you guys get to, like football does, they go and film and so on? And Eliot, you're going to be on TV. The Tennis Channel is going to be, showing this. Who do you hope is watching? Do you have a hero out there in tennis that you hope is watching you? And yeah.
I mean, I have some idols. I don't know if Roger Federer's going to be tuning in. I doubt it. But I'd just like my family at home and close friends to be watching. That would be enough for me.
Yeah, and as far as preparing for USC and film, it's definitely different than team sports where that's so important because you've got so many moving parts. And in tennis, in a college tennis match, you've got 9 matches to take care of. So on each court, there's a different strategy and game plan. I mean, most importantly, you want to play to your strengths and minimize your weaknesses and do what you do well. But there is a certain degree of preparing for what your opponent's strengths are. So we have videos from all the matches we played this year, including the USC match. So our guys know who they're going to play. So they'll take a look at it. We've got notes that we took from the last time we play, and we'll go over it with each player. But most importantly, we want to try to prepare our minds and help prepare our guys to be the best versions of themselves with respect to their tennis, and especially with respect to their mindset and toughness and resilience. And if we do that, I think hopefully we'll have a good chance.